Alexis at the back post, but it's Messi!
So today I want to be doing season review. We'll be reviewing the season so far, our mid-season predictions, who is going to be champion, who is going to qualify for the Champions League, Europa League places, the Conference League, boring, the relegation places, and Golden Boot top assist and all of that. So let's dive into it.
I don't think the Golden Boot thing has to be spoken about.
It's already a walkover. Before this season started, what did you think was going to be champion?
I actually pegged Liverpool to be champions.
Liverpool.
No shade, because obviously I'm a Liverpool fan. So
you know how in secondary school, there's one house that used to always carry first and one now must always carry second. Liverpool, that's where they carry second.
No.
So how did you think second house, yellow house, when they was the carry second, now we can't go carry first, go league?
Yeah, we've actually been very unlucky over the past couple of seasons.
Interesting. That's a very interesting way to put it.
We've had a very, very fierce rivalry with Manchester City.
Yes.
Obviously, we've had 97 points, and in like 2 seasons in a row, 97 points. 97. Okay, yeah. 95 points will win you a league in any season. You understand? But we've been so unlucky
in the MPFL. Not in the English Premier League. Maybe in the MPFL.
I haven't seen that. But honestly, being serious, but we've just been unlucky. That's what I feel.
So if you're Liverpool, my outside bets at the beginning of the season to win the league was Man City.
Yeah, okay. Obviously, because
it's boring. It's a boring prediction, but
because
of their pedigree of. Then for top 4, what do you think was going to be? The top 4.
Okay, I kind of looked at it this way because over the past couple of seasons, we've seen teams come from behind and shock us. But I made it like Liverpool first, Manchester City obviously second, Arsenal third.
Arsenal?
Yeah.
Of all
people, I
at the beginning of the season, I felt like Arsenal were going to finish 4th. And they will struggle to even finish 4th.
I predicted them because they had a very good season last season. Like towards the end, they messed up and stuff. But I actually predicted they were going to come back in the top 4 because we know that's where they belong.
Yeah, true.
And then I think my 4th choice was Manchester City and Manchester United.
Okay.
Because I hate to say that, but yeah.
So for me, my top 4 was Man City, Liverpool.
Yeah.
As annoying as that sounds to me.
Obviously.
Manchester United and Chelsea. I personally felt that Arsenal were either going to finish 4th or most likely 5th.
With what happened with Chelsea at the beginning of the season, I knew they were going to fall off.
I personally felt like many people didn't give Man a chance to even be in the top 6. But I personally felt like Ten Hag, the guy has already done wonders with Ajax. I always felt like with the right transfers in place and all of that, he was going to find a way, even if he won't win the league, to finish in the top 4.
I think he's actually over-delivering right now. We expected maybe a season, 2 seasons, but then now he's...
So that takes us very smoothly down to our mid-season predictions. Arsenal are first.
Yes.
Man City are second. Newcastle, of all people, big shouts to Eddie Howe and the Newcastle boys are third. And then Manchester United are 4th.
The question is where did they even come from?
And your baby Liverpool are 9th on the table.
I can't really say anything about that right now.
9th on the table. Tell me now.
But we have like 17 games to go or 16 games to go. So obviously we're going to make the top 4. That's
Liverpool have played 19 games, so they still have 19 to go. 19 is 38.
Yeah, okay. So obviously we still have the chance.
Yeah, sure.
So
but do you think now Liverpool have a realistic chance of making that top 4? Be honest with yourself. Keep your Liverpool sentiments at one corner.
Well, I feel like, if I'm being honest, being categorically honest, I feel like our best chance would just to end probably in 6th or 5th.
I'm predicting you guys to finish 7th and go to the Conference League. I'm a Conference League champion.
I am not playing Conference League. I am not. We will not play Conference League. Just forget about that one. Conference League is for Tottenham. But I feel like Newcastle is going to drop. Because we've seen them lately.
We'll get there. So for you, your top 4.
My top 4 will just look like this. Obviously, Arsenal not being third anymore.
Arsenal number 1.
Number 1 because I feel like they're going to go all the way and win the league.
Okay, for
which
you,
is something I don't want to.
I personally disagree because I don't feel like Arsenal have the
metal to go on,
the pedigree,
the
metal. No track record, no pedigree, no metal. And I feel like to finally run out of gas, out of steam towards the end of the season. And might just marginally fall off. There will not be a dramatic fall off. They'll surely finish second, maybe a point or two behind City. But that is my prediction. I personally feel like Man City to finally come. They have a double header against City.
Yeah.
I personally fancy City to beat them in those 2 games. They passed City with 5 points. If City beat them in those 2 games already, City have points.
It's not actually 5 points because City still have a game in hand.
It's one of those games against City, sure. But my point is, City have shown the last 5+ years that they can go on a run, 15-game winning run. They have done it multiple times.
Yeah.
We should say they cannot do it this season with even Erling Braut Haaland.
Arsenal is to say that.
So if they are considered enough to even go on a 15-game winning run and scoring goals for fun, can Arsenal do the same? Yes. That is the question.
I feel like
if Arsenal can do the same, then Arsenal are going to be champions. But if they cannot, then City are running away with the title.
Arsenal have shown over the course of the season that whichever team they are playing, they can actually give their all and actually get results. You understand? Now, I feel like what's going to happen now within these next 2 games they're going to play against City is a statement of intent. I feel like they're going to beat City.
We're in no pushovers.
Yes, but they're going to beat City in both games.
I don't think they're going to. They cannot beat Man City.
Actually, everybody's thinking maybe they might
even Manchester United. They couldn't beat Manchester United in 2 games. Talk less of Man City.
Listen.
Just they're be made to.
At the beginning of the season, everything was different. Now they are seeing the Premier League in
and City are not seeing it. And City are not seeing it.
City are playing second fiddle. If Arsenal wins their outstanding game, they are passing City with 8 points.
But then the Premier League is funny because we've seen it time and time again. Yeah, we have teams drop off. Even quality teams. Even Liverpool
dropped off. Yeah.
How many points was that? That's it. 8, 13, 12, 11.
13.
I don't know how many. I can't recall how many. I can't recall how many, but I know they've done it.
I think it was 8 or 9.
Man, you have done 13 points to City in 2012.
You have to understand this is a different year and this is a different ball game.
Okay.
Arsenal are going to go all the way. These players are ready. They want it. They need it. This is something they haven't won since 2006.
Hallelujah.
Look, Arsenal are going all the way. I hate to throw my support behind them.
I personally feel like Arsenal don't have, because when the games start running in thick and fast, they have the FA Cup to play against City this weekend.
I think
if they beat City in the FA Cup this weekend, it means that they still have more games to come in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
They have the Europa League. You know how strenuous and annoying the Europa League can be. It's a distraction in its own right. And then you still have the Premier League to focus on. Do you think they have the squad with all that pressure, with all that weight on them, expectation, a young squad with no experience, no pedigree of winning? Yes, big shout to them. They brought in Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko, people that have won in the past. But how fundamental, how instrumental were people like Jesus and Zinchenko to Man City's title wins in the past? They played their roles, but they were not fundamental. They were not peacocks.
They had depth. If you could remember.
Now, Arsenal, my point is Arsenal doesn't have the depth
if you
that
remember
City has to go all the way to win that title.
Listen, if you could remember,
that's why they'll follow for me.
If you could remember last season with Manchester City, they had the likes of Aguero also. Was it last 2 seasons or last 3 seasons? They had the likes of Aguero. He was always going on injury.
And Jesus was covering,
I feel like that's what's going to happen now. Jesus is injured, obviously, and now Nketiah is picking form and delivering. That's what's going to happen. If you check the Arsenal team, every single position has a backup.
Sure.
Maybe it's not up to the person that is in the first team.
They have a backup, but it's not quality. It's not backup.
Yes, I know, I understand. But if you check that I think that's what they're going to need.
Any player that can do a job.
Any player that is coming in would like to want to prove his worth.
Sure.
So I feel like that's what's going to help them. Maybe not. They are going to fall off in other cup competitions, but I feel like they are going to prioritize.
I hope I'm wrong because I see City winning the league, but I hope Arsenal wins the league. Reason is Manchester United are the only team in Premier League history to do a three-peat, to win 3 Premier League titles in a row. City have won 2 in a row.
Man, you actually dominated.
City have won 2 in a row. If they win it this season, they can now rub shoulders with us. Noisy, annoying neighbors can now be saying, we run small rats of yesterday. So I would personally like Arsenal, in as much as I'm not the biggest Arsenal fan, to win the league. So you can just shut the mouth of those noisy neighbors. And when we come back next season,
it's a case of the enemy of my enemy.
Yeah, it's my friend.
Okay.
My guy.
Okay.
So the other people in top four, we've already talked about them.
Arsenal.
Yeah. So
Arsenal
we said. For you said Arsenal. You said Man City. You said Manchester United.
No. Manchester United obviously because they're playing really good.
And who is fourth?
Fourth, I can't say Tottenham. No, Brighton.
Brighton and Hove Albion.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the way they are going right now.
Please, who's your dealer?
The way. The way Brighton. No, I'm being honest right now.
I need to know. I need to know his dealer.
I feel like Brighton can do this. Because if I'm being realistic, we're a far way off right now. Liverpool FC, we're a far way off. I would have given them that fourth spot.
Do you think Brighton
can
be consistent enough
to
push out all these teams in front of them?
Yes.
Including Newcastle that have been so consistent.
Newcastle are having
and now fits inside the top 4.
They are having a bad run of form.
And they are selling their players already. They sold Trossard to Arsenal. And they are still in talks to sell Caicedo, their most important midfielder, to Arsenal or Chelsea.
I feel like
and they will still make top 4.
That's
not the juju be that.
That's my choice. Obviously, that's my choice.
Okay,
but
so
I feel like Brighton
for me personally, I think it's Man City, like I've reiterated. Arsenal, Manchester United, another Newcastle or Tottenham. But my heart is telling me, my heart is not going anywhere. My heart is telling me Spurs. I feel like they'll get their shit together. I think they're making some good signings in January with Pedro Porro coming in and a few other signings, and now Danjuma and all of that. I think they'll get their shit together and they'll go all the way and manage to finish fourth. So I think I'll take them over in Newcastle. Okay. I feel like Newcastle, Arsenal, they don't have the quality in depth enough to go.
I feel like the best Newcastle can do is an Europa League.
So Europa League, thank you for even saying the word Europa League. So it takes us straight.
Yeah, if I'm being realistic,
we're flowing into Europa League.
So if I'm being honest, if I don't want to say it with any bias, I feel like the best that Liverpool FC can do right now is sixth. Okay. Because that's
they made a January signing for the Gakpo and it's not performing at the moment.
He's just shooting balls from different angles.
I'm a big fan of Gakpo. I feel like he'll come good. But currently he's struggling.
He's a very good player. We saw it at the World Cup. We've seen it with PSV. He
was heavily linked with Manchester United, so I know a lot about him. He did not steal.
The same way Chelsea did with Arsenal.
Gakpo wanted us. We did not want him.
You were not serious. You were not serious.
So you
guys are not a serious team. Manchester United is not a serious team.
You know when the girl is crushing over a very handsome boy with chest and six packs, and the boy doesn't have our time. So
I'm guessing Manchester United is that handsome boy.
Liverpool are those people.
But seriously, I feel like Gakpo is going to come good. And
I think
once our injury list start lessening, because honestly, I feel like there's still the worst to come yet.
But then other clubs too will have their players returning from injuries too. So
we have to make 1 or 2 signings in this.
That's why I feel like Chelsea will do better than Liverpool this season because Chelsea are actually making quality signings.
Yeah, they're recruiting.
We've seen a glimpse of Felix for 60 minutes before he got the red card. Yeah. We know what he can offer to a team.
2 more games, I think.
I personally feel like Modric might not score lots of goals for Chelsea this season.
But that directness.
It's going to be a threat. It will help them a lot. Yeah, they have Noni Madueke and the host of other players.
I feel like they bought that boy for the whole press thing, just to be.
He's a young and upcoming talent.
Because I don't understand why you're buying Madueke at this point of the season. I don't understand.
It's for the future. And they tied into a long contract.
Let them not just finish his life with loan.
So let's talk about the relegation places quickly.
Relegation places.
Who do you think is going down this season?
My honest begging is just what's this team's name? West Ham. West Ham are going down.
West Ham for you?
Yes, because
18, 19, 20th is
20. I think West Ham is going to be 20th.
West Ham 20th. They'll finish rock bottom rather.
Yes. Okay. Everton are dropping.
Everton.
Then Bournemouth. Sorry, let me rearrange that. Bournemouth, rock bottom. 20th. West Ham 19th. Then Everton 18th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I personally feel like Bournemouth. I agree with you.
Because they are not showing that seriousness we've seen over the years.
Bournemouth have conceded the most goals in the Premier League season. They've conceded 40 plus goals already this season. 43, I'll be 45. I'm getting my figures correct.
Yeah.
I personally feel like They don't even score enough goals to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Another team that struggle for goals is Wolves. If they don't get their act together, I think they're going to have a very difficult season.
I feel like
they're
playing really brilliant.
They've not been scoring goals. They signed Wang Yichan last January. I could pass that guy. they've signed the striker this summer from the German league from Werder Bremen. He picked up a very long injury out of the season.
And Costa too.
Brought in Diego Costa. Diego Costa is obviously past his best. But
the experience is going to help.
Experience one job. Now go with the fight. Maybe experience with the fight. Then they brought in this guy now from Atletico Madrid this January, and he's still struggling to score goals.
Yeah.
So
and Jimenez hasn't been himself since.
And I even forgot Jimenez since the concussion. He has been struggling. So you can see that they might struggle this season.
Yeah.
So I fancy them 18th in the table. Hopefully Lopetegui does something good with them and they
I don't see them dropping.
But I feel like 19th will be between Leicester and West Ham.
Why would you say Leicester?
I call it the battle of the bastards. because between the both of them, they've been really good before.
Yeah.
They've been up here before.
Okay.
Let's not forget, just 2 seasons ago, Leicester won the FA Cup. They were like 5th on the table and all of that. And look at them now.
No, but quickly, do you feel like Brendan Rodgers should be sacked?
For me, even if you sack him right now,
because I don't know what's
even if you sack Rodgers right now, it will not make any difference. Leicester were the only team that signed the least amount of players. They signed only one player in the summer.
Okay.
Valfe, the guy that scored the infamous 2 goals against Liverpool. But the guy had been having a very good season before that game.
Yeah.
He had been good before that game, to be fair to him. Let's see how it goes. But Golden Boot is surely going to be Erling Haaland. For your top assist, currently it's De Bruyne topping the assist chart. But you have some players like Eriksen and what's his name now? Also top of the chart. So I don't know.
Well, obviously, De Bruyne has a player in the form of Erling Haaland in front of him.
Banging goals.
We've seen him play with the likes of Sterling that misses open nets. Do you know how frustrating that has to be?
Compared to Sterling, he scored some good amount of goals.
Sterling
averaged 20 plus goals in the last 5 seasons.
Compared to the deliveries, the provision that De Bruyne was giving him during that period, he was supposed to be scoring 30 per season. We've seen him miss empty nets. Then he will score from outside 18. Everybody will forget. You understand? But now you have a player when if you just give him an inch and the ball just comes to his head, his thigh, anywhere he will bury it. So what I'm even
controversial question: Osimhen, Erling Haaland.
That would be a very, very good rivalry. And provided he goes to Manchester United.
Both of them have long legs. They score the same type of tappings. They score the same type of Chinese goals. They score the same type.
They are hustling.
They are the same kind of, and almost about the same height.
Yeah.
For you,
without
take the hype, take the Erling Haaland hype
without the doubt. You don't even have to tell me that one. I've always been a steadfast Osimhen fan. You understand?
So you take
Osimhen all day. Like because of Osimhen, I've actually become a Napoli fan.
So you take Osimhen. I love Osimhen. I would love Osimhen and Man U. I would like that rivalry between him and Haaland, but I'm of the opinion Haaland is better overall.
Here's my opinion. Why I think Osimhen is better. The link-up play from Osimhen is better. The overall contribution to the team from Osimhen is better. And Haaland he has shown that he's just this lethal striker
at
that
City,
can bury
at Dortmund
he had to do more.
Yeah,
but now that's what I'm saying. That is what makes Osimhen stand out in the whole number 9 lot right now. True. Yeah.
So top assist, we're going for KDB, both of us.
Obviously.
We both agreed for Haaland as the golden winner. Coach of the year.
Coach of the year. You know how this thing goes now. The person that wins the league is obviously coach of the year. Easily. In the Premier League, we've seen it years and years upon years.
Not necessarily.
Well, okay, tell me
not
which
all
season.
The time.
Which season?
Not all the time.
Which season?
Yeah, I mean seasons when Man City won the league and Pep did not win coach of the year.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, well, but obviously this season...
There are seasons that Man City won the league and their players didn't win players of the season. And Pep even came out and was creating a whine-a-thon saying, there's an agenda against my players.
You have to be exceptional in your position.
But City players were exceptional. And the manager was exceptional, but they did not still give him.
Compared to other players.
So I'm just telling you that it's not a given that if made you win the league, that you must win coach of the year.
For me though, Mikel Arteta all day, all way.
For me, I personally feel like it's between these three managers I want to call.
Okay.
Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah, obviously, because he has done a
Eddie
lot.
Howe.
Okay.
And
I'll give him that.
Thomas Frank at Brentford.
Thomas Frank.
Thomas Frank is doing a very underrated yet phenomenal job at Brentford.
We've seen them beat.
Do you know at the beginning of the season,
really
my prediction for Brentford was to be, Eriksen left for Man. You were like, oh, these people will cast.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking maybe 16, 17. They will not be relegated, but they'll be 15 to 17.
Yeah.
These guys are currently on the table, top 8.
Mm-hmm.
They're having an amazing season. And you can see from the way their season is going that they're not going to have a decline.
Yeah.
They'll lose some games and all of that, but they'll still be in and around the top 10.
I feel like they're going to finish 10th.
They have a small budget.
Yeah.
They make shrewd signings. Their players are performing. The manager is working one and they play attractive football and they score lots of goals.
Yeah, but do you think they can keep this pressure on?
They did last season. Why can't they do it this season?
Next season. I mean next season. I'm not talking about this season because I obviously feel like they're going to.
We said the same thing. We said the same thing about Brighton.
There's a thing about.
Can Brighton do the next season? Can Brighton do the season after?
Do you know why Liverpool is 9th right now?
It's because their squad is old.
It's burnout.
It's more because their squad is old.
It's burnout.
And the manager is being stubborn. He doesn't want to change tactics.
I
personally feel like burnout.
You saw our last game in the FA Cup. What those young boys played against Wolves. Do you recognize that Liverpool in this season's Liverpool?
I was not impressed with Liverpool against Wolves.
What?
I was not impressed.
No, obviously, then you have an agenda.
No agenda. I was not impressed.
No, there's an agenda.
No, I was not impressed.
There's an agenda here. You can't tell me anything.
Wolves created the better chances. They had more possession. The second leg. Yes. Had more possession. Created the better chances.
Okay.
In short, at 70-something minutes, Liverpool had to camp in their box.
That was the only time that they actually started seeing the ball to play properly. At 70-something minutes also. After Bassett went out.
The thing is, Wolves were profligate on the day. Liverpool were clinical on the day with that one shot from literally the only highlight of the game.
Harvey Elliott was
literally the only highlight of the game. That's why the other day we were talking about Harvey Elliott being the most underrated player for Liverpool this season. When I was telling you that it was Harvey Elliott.
Yeah.
He has been good. My point is, Brentford has been consistent.
Okay.
Their manager has been, even their performances have been consistent. Klopp, for example, if say as Liverpool are saying, no, their midfield is old, they're tired, they're born, blah blah. If you play a diamond and choke your midfield, and put two pacey attackers in maybe Gakpo and Nunes, Salah and Gakpo, for example.
We are talking about the Premier League here. Okay, you're trying to overrun that midfield, get more bodies there. What about the wings? You know how it does. When you try to work with one tactics, managers will always find a way to exploit you.
Simple.
There's a reason why the 4-4-2 died.
Why did Diamond work for a Liverpool?
There's a reason why the 4-4-2 died. Why he actually tried the Diamond and it didn't work.
No.
To an extent, it didn't
Every
work.
time Klopp has tried the Diamond, they've gotten results.
But in the long
even this
run,
very season against Man City, even the 1-0 win against City, the 1-0 win against City. No, I'm not saying you should use the Diamond in every game of the season. You have to be dynamic as a manager.
Talking about him
if you're playing the Bournemouth, you have no reason to use the Diamond. If you're playing a City, you have every reason to use the Diamond.
No, obviously.
But Klopp has been like, I must play 4-3 in every game.
Has given us result.
Okay, now 4-3 is like keeper for this 9th position, so you should continue using it. Waiting concern me. I'm Liverpool fan.
Forget that one. We are coming for.
I'm Liverpool fan. You should continue using it.
We are coming for the fourth. Don't worry yourself.
So, most underrated player this season for you. In all 20
should we
clubs.
go team by team or
no, just one.
Just one. I'd say
they have not gotten the praise he deserves.
I think Granit Xhaka. I can't say that enough.
Xhaka boom boom. That's
Xhaka has been my guy for it's not even just the football. The way you see their last game. I think it was
against Man U.
In the cup or something. Oh, it was against Man U.
He was finding pockets. He was one player that was always finding pockets of space.
Like the run.
I kept saying, Ten Hag, remove Eriksen, put somebody else
that can run,
that can actually track him. We was always finding pockets of space and creating space for people like Odegaard and Nketiah to cause havoc on that left side of the field.
For me, easily is Granit Xhaka.
Interesting.
Yeah.
For me, this season there have been so many good and underrated players in the Premier League. But there's one I'm ready to die for. It's Casemiro.
Casemiro is getting his praise. No doubt. I wouldn't even say that. Do you know how many people has hyped Casemiro?
They are finally seen. They are finally
It's
seen
not
what
about
we've
finally
seen.
seen.
At the beginning of the season,
They were already
Casemiro
saying
was
it.
being criticized. They were saying, "Old man, oh, you came to retire at Man U, blah 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 blah."
Sure, I was part of those people.
So he's sitting all of you down.
Seriously, but after 3 or 4 games, we actually saw what Casemiro could bring.
Yeah.
The interceptions, the goals, the assists that he brought to the team. So I wouldn't say Casemiro is underrated the whole season. But sure, that's your pitch.
So pretty much that is my own view of that, and that's your own view of that.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think in the comments. Do you think that Casemiro for you is the most underrated or the most overrated? For your football club, tell us like the most underrated player or the most overrated player in your club. And who do you think is like going to be champion this year? Who do you think is going relegated? Anything you have to say.
And do you think Manchester United
in
are
the
going to end up
comments?
6th?
Man, you are winning 2 trophies on top for this season. You heard it here
We'll
first.
see about that.
You heard it here
We'll
first.
see about that. Don't worry.